have to shift your focus as you move through retirement. Hey, I am Chuck the Bureaucrat, and today I want to talk about how you have to shift the focus of your self-management as you move through the different stages of the retirement process. To lay out a framework for this, I like to use the industrial process improvement techniques, things like total quality management, quality circles, Lean Six Sigma, what have you. A major focus of those efforts is trying to eliminate waste in all of its forms. Waste in inventory, waste in overproduction, waste in waiting, waste in rework. In fact, sometimes you'll hear people use the acronym Tim Wood to describe all these wastes. But don't worry, you don't have to be an expert in all of this to improve your retirement transition. You just have to notice that waste tends to come in two different forms: waste in money and waste in time. And of course that makes sense because time is money. And just so you have a sense of where we're going, there's a nuance about eliminating waste where often we will accept waste in one form to get rid of waste in another form. Like while I was running a clothing issue facility to issue uniforms to mobilizing reservists, we had a policy of keeping an inventory of very unusually sized boots, like 13 triple E, all the way down to like teeny tiny 2 double narrows. And we did that to make sure that if a soldier showed up with an unusual foot size, that there was no delay in their mobilization caused by not having a boot on hand. Do you see what we were doing there? We were tolerating inventory waste, a money kind of waste, in exchange for eliminating a time waste, that's a mob delay. And that same give and take is going to play into your retirement process. As a service member, at the tail end of your career and taking on the tasks that are associated with your retirement transition, you probably have an overwhelmingly demanding number of tasks. You're probably like countless other officers and NCOs aggressively applying time management techniques to squeeze every possible second out of the day. In fact, front offices expend an immense amount of effort to be able to pack the schedules of executives as much as possible. And maybe, without really noticing it, those time management crazed folks are accepting some financial waste. Maybe a lot of it. Here are some examples that I found of financial waste in my own life following my retirement. Both my wife and I were paying for a streaming service subscription that we only used when we were together. I had a bank account that charged me $15 a month on a balance that was less than $100. Overdue fees for the homeowners association on one of my rentals. Late fees. So many late fees. An insurance policy on a car I don't own. And here's the real kicker, and I'm almost too embarrassed to share this one, but I had 2 homeowners insurance policies on the same property. And why? Because I was busy, far too busy to pay attention to my own financial affairs. So an obvious thing that happens as you shift from full military employment through to your retirement is that you also start to shift from focusing on time management to making sure that you're not wasting money. And not only that, but it starts to become okay to be a little less efficient with your time. Maybe it's okay to retake a video just to get things right. In fact, I'd go as far to say that learning to spend less effort on time management is a habit that deserves practice that you'll work on as you move into your retirement. That's one of the reasons that I think getting a contract gig straight out of my uniform time and then transitioning out of that job might have been the best course of action that I could possibly have experienced. And if you want to see more about that contracting experience, watch this playlist.